York, bro? Are you still in New York? Okay, call me.
Mama, I'm sorry, I know you just called me. I'm out with a shawty and I don't even know her name.
In front of us is the Apple Magic Keyboard and a generic 360 hinge iPad case. And I really wanted to make this video. I want to make it quick, hopefully. I wanted to make a video just comparing the two of them, comparing the ways in which they're used, you know, the marketing, the this, that, and the third, and really kind of put people on to the idea that this Magic Keyboard, which is really expensive, if I'm being honest, and this generic Amazon 360 hinge case, there's a bunch of different brands, a bunch of different styles. They come in different colors. I mean, a lot of different things here that make it a pretty compelling product. But I don't think people really know about them. Honestly, I feel like this is the one I would recommend to most of my family members. For starters, it's not like $300. That's actually like a good place to end as well. But for starters, it's not $300. And it has a lot of utility that you really wouldn't think about. I do want to say like one caveat, I did not pay $300 for this. I literally got lucky. I'll post a screenshot of where I bought this on eBay. Some lady was literally selling a lot of iPad cases, and I noticed that it had a Magic Keyboard in there, and I was like, well, hold on. So I offered like 45 bucks on eBay, and she accepted it. And I was like, no way she actually sends me a Magic Keyboard for 40 bucks, you know? And it's just like, that it came, I threw away the rest of the cases that were in the lot. And I, of course, kept the $300, at the time, this was $299, literally, like, I, of course, kept this. So I was so giddy to use it. And then I sort of remembered that, like, damn, when I got it initially, I didn't actually end up using it as much as I thought I would, because I finally got this premium product for a price that was honestly cheaper than this, but I still ended up using this type of case because I had just gotten used to the utility of it. And I found the Magic Keyboard to be pretty limiting. So honestly, like, what's the point of this comparison? I think it's me trying to, one, find an identity on YouTube to say something different from what most people say, and really back it up with like evidence and my own experiences with these products. I think a lot of YouTubers are automatically go towards the pricey premium thing and like kind of just like live in this echo chamber where it's like, oh, the best thing is the best thing. They don't care that it costs $10 million. It's just like, oh, you know, that's the best because I got it for free. And I'm at a point in my journey where none of this shit was free. I had to pay for this shit myself. And so like, I really want to recommend products for everyday people that help them get the best out of their devices and like really kind of simplify that decision. Yeah, the Magic Keyboard does win in a lot of key areas, and I think things that do matter to people, they might not matter to me too much, but I'm not someone who just dismisses like what matters to other people. And I think here you get a premium product, you get that polish, you get nice metal hinge, you get a charging port on the side, you get these 3 pins that allow you to charge the iPad and the case at the same time by just plugging into the keyboard or just like attaching your keyboard to the iPad. You get the Apple Magic Keyboard. Ooh. People always say on YouTube, they're all just like, it has a lot of travel. It has a lot, man, I don't give a. But, but it does feel good to type on. I'll say that. Like that's as far as I'm willing to go. I don't think I care too much. I think the Magic Keyboard is cleaner. I think it's sleeker, and the whole setup just looks a lot more polished. When it's sitting on a desk, it just has like that wow factor that like Apple really loves to market to people. It also is a great keyboard for productivity. I'm not like a writer or anything like that, so I'm not sitting here just like, oh, I need to be able to type for 3 hours plus. I'm not doing that. So why do I like this case? Honestly, I think it's the freedom it gives you. Like the rotating hinge allows you to literally do like whatever you want, any orientation. You could be like on a weird counter with like low counter space. You could even like, in some cases, like flip this over or like hang it. When you have this type of versatility, you just kind of get the full range of angles and geometry with this 360 like folding hinge, and you can fold it like both ways. So like if you're a drawer, boom, you have your case. You use it for typing sometimes. You use it for to watch TV sometimes. You use it to watch like YouTube videos. But if you want to get into that drawing mode, you just slap it down on the table. You can draw on it. You don't have to take it out. It does offer naturally like protection. I'm not someone who's that gingerly with my devices. So literally like I dropped them. This does offer some drop protection, and I think way more drop protection than the Magic Keyboard. I feel way safer dropping it in this case than in the Magic Keyboard case, where it's just really held on by magnets, and some of the edges are exposed if you drop it. You keep that in mind, that a case is supposed to provide protection as well. Potential downside of the Magic Keyboard, and this just depends on who you are. I'm not saying it's like a completely bad thing. Depends on your preference. If you slap it on here and you're looking at, you're cool in your sleek coffee shop mode, and you want to type with your fingers, like the iPad automatically sort of disables that. And so you have to use the keyboard to type every single thing on here. I don't think I hate that, the way everything works on a laptop, but at the same time, like your mind is so much more programmed for that when you're using a laptop. When you're using an iPad, you sort of like want to touch it. Apple really did themselves a disservice there by like the way they implemented the software, where you don't kind of get that choice. Like I think a mini keyboard that just pops up and like highlights all the letters you're typing and also lets you type them in some way would have been like a smarter implementation. But you know, I mean, I don't work at Apple yet. If y'all want to hire me, like I can make shit pop for y'all. So what are some of the trade-offs when you use this keyboard against like the Magic Trackpad? I think one of the things Apple really tried to do with the way they designed this, and part of the reason it's like terrible for drop protection and like sort of exposed, is that it's super thin. Like overall, I think it just adds like a little bit of depth to the iPad situation, whereas these are a bit thicker, so maybe a tiny bit less portable. But at the point where like you have a 12.9 inch or like 13 inch iPad, I mean, you're carrying around a bulky boy anyway. I think for the 11 inch iPad, it's a lot less noticeable because it's a much more portable device, sleeker device. It's about as thick as the iPad on both sides, so it's kind of like carrying around two iPads, but it's not that noticeable, especially when you get to using it. I'm not really here to like dig on the iPad or the iPad Magic Keyboard. I just wanted to offer an alternative for the average person, or for like most people, that I think many people could spend the $70 or even like $40 sometimes on Amazon to get this case, and they would be more than happy with it. Honestly, if I'm being honest, in the long term, I think they would be happier with it. I think like this is the champion product, if I'm being honest. You get the choice in the colors, you get the versatility in how you use it, you get the keyboard, the trackpad, you get a backlit keyboard, you get the ability to turn off the keyboard interface or the lack thereof on the iPad whenever you want. So it kind of just frees you up to use it however you want. You get to put it in this flat orientation without taking it out of the case or like propping it out of the case. You keep that protection. You can draw on it. You can do a lot of different things. You can edit photos. I mean, it doesn't take away any of the use case of the iPad.
Mama, I'm sorry, I'm out with a shawty that can't get enough of your son. I'm really one of them ones. I tell her play with the rose, you know when I'm one and done. I got the Midas touch. She say it's made of gold. It might fold, but it won't budge. I know